You trade the 4 hour PO3 and you're not applying the same thesis and process to understanding the weekly candles, you're doing yourself a disservice. Price is completely fractal. So the same way we look to identify the manipulation on the 4 hour candles, right, and trade the distribution for that day, we can look to do the same thing on a weekly perspective. Now, it's not always going to be super clean and you're not always going to have, clarity for what's going on. But when you do, you can absolutely bank it because you have that weekly bias on your side. And you know where the market's drawing towards on a weekly perspective. So any lower time frame BS, you're not even worried about. You're just literally listening to the higher time frame. Again, it's not always going to be clear, and there's going to be plenty of weeks where you're just relying on intraday draws on liquidity and it's maybe not extremely clear where the market's drawing towards with that weekly candle. Last week was a perfect example of this because we literally put in Monday low of week, right? And in this quote unquote bear market, we haven't really been selling off at the beginning of the week. If anything, we've been starting off the week pretty good and then selling off the rest of the week. So we started off last week, Monday, selling off, right? And we actually just went and swept liquidity on the 4 hour. And then after that, we ended Monday ripping pretty good. And then Tuesday was just absolutely ripping to the upside. Thursday, Friday, right? It was a complete classic expansion to the upside. If you guys trade weekly profile, or at least just are aware of it, you should be able to tell exactly what I'm thinking this market is about to do next based off of last week.